Welcome to Midnight Rabbi Inspires, and I have the pleasure of being on Rabbi Moskowitz, the famous Abbas channel. I usually featured on the Emunah channel and my own channel, Midnight Rabbi Inspires, and I'm happy to share some special insight, even though November is another month away where I'm at, on Parshat Lech Lecha. Lech Lecha is the special time with Avram Avinu's light, the Or Shel Avram, or Avram. And it's very important that I share this, especially in the aspect of education. Let me just explain very briefly the concepts of this time of year that we're in right now. When I'm saying the video is Rosh Hashanah, Yom Kippur, Sukkot. Tzaddikim explain that Rosh Hashanah is connected to Bereshis, Parshat Bereshis, the beginning, and Noach is connected to Yom Kippur, which is like a mabul, it's a cleaning off the world, and Yom Kippur is like a mikveh, it's purifying us. So we have the beginning of the world, and then the second attempt of the world, and we purify that, and then we come to the third level, which is Sukkot. That is the Chug of Yaakov Avinu. And Yaakov, as it's brought down in Shulchan Aruch, is connected to Sukkot. And Sukkot is connected to Lech Lecha, which is where we are now. When I'm recording this, is the time before Yom Kippur and Sukkot. So I want to give over this concept of Yaakov and Avram, how they can interconnect within Parshat Lech Lecha with Sukkot, and how they interconnect with the idea. Because remember, Yaakov was the Bechor, the Avos. And what made him so complete and special, that is something worth sharing now, is that he had the ultimate story of Chinuch Bonim, and also the ultimate story of Bonim, with which come together. The idea that we have to accept that bringing up children, especially before Mashiach comes, which is the time we're in, because the Mashiach, the hill steps of before Mashiach, it is a tremendously hard time to bring up children the right way. And by accepting that and knowing that, that's a tremendously empowering thought. That gives us the ability to realize that if Yaakov had it hard in the times of the Chumash, and if Sukkot comes out from a time where Yaakov was fleeing from a lot of trouble, was fleeing from his brother Esav, and had just had the story with his daughter, with Dinah and Shchen, and when he built this Sukkot and this idea, this concept of Sukkot, and he had just brought his children, and one of his wives passed away, and the childbirth of Binyamin and Yosef and the Mechiras Yosef, and you go through all the stories from Yaakov his whole life, you start to realize that this idea of bringing up children is a tremendous hardship. Now, where do we see the promise that Avram would be blessed to be the Zerah of Yisrael and would continue the purpose of what the world was meant to be? Like we said, Bereshis was Adam, and then there was Noach. But no, both those worlds weren't meant to be, and we see there was two Beis Hamikdashim that we've had in history. Now we have this third Beis Hamikdash, this third level, this third Parsha Lech Lecha. And Avram was promised that he would have special children that would be the bearers of this mission in the world to bring out the name of Hashem wherever they go. Even in our name, Yisrael, it has the name of God, Kel, and we also this idea of Avram Avinu, who at this point in Parshat Lech Lecha was Avram, but he became Avraham at the end of the Parsha, and he reached the level of Shleimus, of being the Bris Kodesh, of having 248 limbs, his whole being becoming holy. And this is something which, if you listen to another rabbi, Moshe Weinberger, he has a chaburas on Yosef Asadik. Very, very powerful shirim about our generation, about what we're going through with the internet and all the different challenges. I won't repeat what he says, but I'll share what I'm going through. I live in Eretz Yisrael, and I live near Yerushalayim. All my children were born in Yerushalayim, Baruch Hashem. And I know, thank God, I'll bring up 6 children, 2 boys, 4 girls, the other way around, 2 girls, 4 boys. Sometimes, the children affect the way, the logic of the mind, because it gets intense. And, I just phoned up an old friend from England. He's got a few children and talking about making a mitzvah soon. And then we just had a bas mitzvah, and how the developments of building a family and what it leads to. And we can learn so much from these parshas, from Avram and Yitzchak and Yaakov, and in all the parshas of Bereshis, all the stories are all there to help us with the most important thing, which if you even read books from the famous Stephen Covey from the non-Jewish world, you hear this concept of family first, that this is really where it's all at. That's why Sefer Bereshis is really so focused on the family, on the aspect of what happened between Avraham, Yitzchak, Yaakov, all the stories, because this is really the Kodesh Kadoshim, this is what it's about, the Holy of Holies. And that's, remember, with Yom Kippur and Sukkot, we're going through now, is this idea of purification, and the home has to be a place of purity, but then it has to also become a place of the Shekhinah and Simcha, as Man Simcha Seinu, with Simcha, and with strength and with positivity that will bring out the best in our children. I mean, the most important of all, though, is to make sure the husband and wife are solid and strong, and they build their beautiful home like just Avraham, Yitzchak, Yaakov, and Sarah, Rivka, Rachel, Leah, our holy forefathers and foremothers and imahos. We should be blessed to all see that light, that continuation, that completion, and Avos Bonim. We should all come together, please, with many more messages and much more opportunity to share inspiration.